It's December 1st right now, 2025. Happy New Year. A question I get asked often is, what variety do I recommend for those of you guys that's growing in California? What do I recommend? And this could differ by, by your yard, your location. I am coastal LA County. So I'm about like a little bit over 10 miles from the beach. So I am a coastal California, specifically in LA County. And my recommendation, and this is based on the last 2 years, is two varieties. Here's the first one, and I've talked about this variety quite often with you guys. This is Maha Chinook. It's December 1st right now, and I'm going to be picking these ripe fruits. I'm going to pick it right now, actually. Pick it right now and let it ripen. But look at this. It's beautiful. Beautiful coloring, disease resistant, like nice vertical growth, strong vertical limbs. The only kind of drawback I would say, can't even see in the small tiny flaws, it just is that sometimes the branches the limbs don't want to branch out. At least this variety, this strain. So there's at least 3 or 4 different strains of Maha out there. So my strain I'm growing right now is one that doesn't really have a strong aroma, but from what I've seen with all the strains, they all seem to have the same kind of growth habit, probably also disease resistant, but I can't say for sure. But at least this one I'm growing, it's pretty disease resistant. You could spray it once, just spray the flower once and the fruits, and that's all you kind of need. I actually had about, I think, 8 fruits on this. Half of those were like nubbins. So even the nubbins that they produce, I think they were like half the size, but they were like decent shape. They didn't crack. They ripened properly. They were just seedless husk. So I had that, which I picked about 3 months ago. That was about in September. This was part of a later bloom, and then which I first picked in December. I mean, this is actually holding up all the way to January. So I'm going to be picking this right now. I'm going to be picking this right now. I'm going to take both of these off, but Maha, I definitely recommend it. And hopefully you guys get it. It's kind of, hopefully the strains are all the same. I am experimenting with the different strains, but I can't say for certain they are, but they seem to be, So let me pick this. Look at that coloring. Again, Happy New Year's. This is January 1st, and I'm picking a mango. Let's see, nice clear sap, nice coloring. Everything about this is so just like, it's just such a good, decent fruit. It's not the most mind-blowing flavor that's going to wow you, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good fruit. It's disease resistant, grows well, easy to pick. Like you can have a little bit of yellowing and you pick it. You could not have a bit of yellowing and it's there and you could pick it and it still ripens. And even when it turns yellow, there's no uneven ripening on it either. It just ripens perfectly. I'm going to pick that. I'm going to pick this one too. Since it's January 1st right now, I am going to pick both of them. Here's this one, and this one should ripen properly. I don't expect it not to ripen. So that is the first variety. Okay, the next variety. This is the next variety, and you guys seen this. This is Little Jam. Look at this. It's an amazingly productive variety, but I have to caution about Little Jam in terms of like the way this sets versus like the Maha, which the Maha sets on its, you could get it to set fruit on its first bloom pretty early on. This variety seems to rebloom. It needs to rebloom to set fruit or set healthy fruits. It could set nubbins on the first bloom, but to set healthy, full size looking fruit like this, it's a second rebloom that happens on it, and it seems to happen late enough where it blooms towards summer and late summer and then sets fruit, avoiding all the disease issue that comes with blooming in winter and spring. And when it sets fruit, then they're just like nice clusters. But you have to kind of be careful. I am in the coastal LA County. I don't get cold enough where in my winters that any temperature will damage the fruit. So it works out well for me because of that. These fruits will just kind of overwinter. They will probably ripen in another month, and I could pick it and eat it. It'd be fine. But if you guys were more in areas that's maybe a bit more has a bit more frost or like a bit more colder, I don't know how they would overwinter for you guys. So because of that, you have to kind of be aware. This one does reblooms late, and I get these late fruits too from it. But the last 2 years, it has been, along with Maha, it has been the most productive varieties in my yard. And this could change as it goes on, as I test other varieties out. But you know, this is a little gem, and it's an excellent green mango. If you don't mind the terpenes on it, like I describe the terpenes as kind of like a piney. That's the terpenes on it. Some people are very sensitive to those terpenes, and they would describe it as like, you know, pine saw or anything like that. So that wouldn't be for you if you're kind of that sensitive to it. But for me, I love those Indian terpenes. My fruits, I think because it's been kind of later in the winter and stuff, I get the piney aspect of it, but I never get the kind of the floral Alfonso-like quality of it, which I'm told by folks that that little gem does have that. I haven't tasted it, and it could be just the season when my fruits are ripening. Maybe my early fruits will do that. But yes, it's an excellent green mango. Very nice, very crispy. It's sour, but not too sour. But that crispiness on it is amazing. The skin is edible. And just look at this. Just look at this cluster. This is amazing. And when this is ripening throughout our winter, whatever area gets kind of hit by sun turns this really nice deep red color to it. You know, this is still far from ripening because you can see a lot of the wax here. You know, once that wax kind of goes away, it's a little bit more further into maturity. You know, but nice red color. You check out my fruit tasting review of it, you could kind of see how deep red that skin was. So this is the second variety I would recommend from my own experience in my yard and my climate. And those two has been the most productive for me. In terms of growth habit, Little Gem it's not a slow grower, but it's not like the most vigorous grower. And maybe that's just because how much fruits it always kind of wants to hang on to. And I don't know, maybe that's one reason of it, but it's not the most vigorous grower. But it's not a slow grower, so it's somewhere in between. When you think about it, how much fruits it hold on to, it might not be a bad thing, you know. It could even be more vigorous if it had no fruit holding on to it. So that's my two varieties. Gotta recommend those two to you guys. That has done the best in my yard the last 2 years. It is Maha Chinook and Little Gem. Maha Chinook is a beautiful mango. Has classic and Thai components to it. Like, you know, if you like classic mangoes, if you like altafos, even you like some of the Thai mangoes, that you probably end up liking Maha Chinook. That's and it's a good grower, vigorous grower. The other one is Little Gem. Little Gem is an Indian. This right here is an Indian flavored mangoes. I would say it's not for everyone, just because of how sensitive you might be to the terpenes. But if you like Indian terpenes, you'll love Little Gem. I've been getting mostly kind of like a piney notes to it, but I'm hoping maybe later on in the years I get something that's more kind of floral, saffron, queso. That's what I've been told how kind of some of the flavors you get in it, but I haven't really tasted that on my ripe fruits. But it's amazing fruit, amazing as a green mango, edible skin, crunchy, extremely crunchy. This is one of the crunchiest green mangoes I've had in comparison to like, Nam Tak Mino 4 in comparison to everything else. The Maha is a good green mango. It's not an excellent mango. The Maha has bitter skin. It's crunchy, it's not the most crispiest. So the Maha is a good green skin mango. It's not excellent. This right here is an excellent green mango. As long as you're okay with the terpenes, it's an excellent, excellent green mango. And the skin is edible too, and there's no off flavor. The Maha has very bitter skin. This one has very edible skin. So, this one kind of falls into a bucket of, ripe mangoes being really good flavored, and green mangoes really being really excellent if you're okay with the terpenes. All right, guys, that's my 2 varieties so far that I would recommend. And this is the ones I would recommend for you guys would be this 2. This will change in the future as things get more productive and I see how it goes. But in terms of the last 2 years for me, these 2 varieties has been amazing. All right. Thanks, everyone.